Hello, 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 hello. Right, so another week. It has been 24 hours. No, oh god, I'm an idiot. Straight away. 48 hours. 2 days. 2 days since the Rustore rotation. Hello, people. How are you doing? I am hot, sweaty, tired. But that's just a usual day for me at the moment. So let's just go over to here and... Oh my god, you can see... Oh, most of my head. You're missing the very top of it. So, hello people, how we... Oh, no, you see, don't say any of it. That's just right. And I got attacked with a bit. Thank you for throwing a penny at me, Mr. Crimsy. Much appreciated. Okay, so, from now on, basically what I'm probably going to be trying to do is every Rustore rotation, I'll turn it into a VOD, which I would then go over to here, and I will turn it into a video. So I am going to be pushing a whole lot of VODs onto YouTube soon to be used at, well, for quick video content basically. Videos which won't necessarily be something that will be used in a proper video, much like the Rust Economy videos I make, like Christmas Momentum, but rather smaller videos which there's a lesson to be learned or some useful information to be gained, but it's not going to be in an actual proper video I make. So, like, I might have a video to make during today. I want to talk about the fireworks, so we'll get that sorted at some point. But what I was trying to say is every Thursday, I'm obviously streaming the Rustore rotation. So why don't I turn it into a VOD every week? And I can sit there and give my first initial reaction to what the skin values are going to be. I pretty much did that the very second all of this appeared, didn't I? I knew this was going to happen. And it wasn't hard to figure out why this would happen. We'll talk about that in 1 second. So, as I said, from now on, I'm going to start uploading VODs. So, no music, whatever, just straight video content. And I will be turning these showcases into... VOD videos as well. So Thursdays we get maybe a 10 to 20 minute video of seeing the rotation happen, and then we discuss about all the skins that have come out. This week has been wonderful, and we will talk about it more. But then 2 days later we will see the progress over 2 days. So right now we can see all the sales data for 48 hours because, well, technically 49. Oh, so I know my timings. We can see, and people are throwing stuff at me whilst I'm trying to talk. The joys of just taking it from a VOD. So yeah, there's lots of stuff that we can do every single week. Here we go. It is 49 hours, 49 hours since the Rustore rotation, and as I said, the very second all of this appeared, it is going to be a very fun week. Pretty much, most of this here it's all in demand. Okay, so first of all, the Outer Planets locker door. Not door. Great start. I'm very tired and sweaty and not 100%. We'll get through this. So, the locker. We have not had a locker skin for about, I don't know, 22 months, something along the lines of that. The last locker skin to come out before, and everybody's throwing pennies at me. All right, Crimsy, you don't need to keep throwing pennies at me. All right, I appreciate the pennies. But you're... stop it. Come on. I'm trying to... No, Crimsy, please. Please, please. I will have to turn that off in a minute if you keep doing it. I'm trying to do the talking. Right. You're going to run out soon. I'll make it that you have to spend at least 100 to do it. Right, anyway. Let's get to the point. The last locker skin to have come out was about 21, 22 months ago, almost 2 years. And ever since then, pretty much all of the locker skins jumped up in price. I've already talked about this. There is a reason why we have 20,000 sales of the Outer Planets locker already. People jumped at the opportunity. Lockers are used a lot. And pretty much, if all of the locker skins suddenly got so much more expensive, because, well, it doesn't look like we're ever going to get any other ones, it's not a surprise everybody's jumping on the new $2 one. And it is also part of the Outer Planets set. It glows in the dark. It looks nice. Why wouldn't it succeed? So, Here is the problem now. It's starting to potentially look like it's going to be oversaturated. We're only 2 days in and we can see that potentially already happening. But there's something to go against that. Something where oversaturation might be bad, but creators don't like making locker skins. Let me elaborate. The UV mapping on these is really awkward to work with. You will notice when we go in game in a minute, when we start looking at everything, when you look on the inside of these lockers, you'll notice that the everything you see on the outside also flips on the inside as well. So the creators have to keep that in mind. They have to keep in mind or use trickery to make it so that you can't see inside of it, or just accept that when it's seen, it's seen. So it's not an enjoyable thing that creators like to make for. Locker skins, they might not very likely ever appear again for a long time. What I'm saying is whilst we have the locker skin for Outer Planets now, we might not see another one probably in all of 2022. Which would mean Outer Planets locker might be oversaturated, but because we don't have any other options, well, there you go. People just pick it, buy it, use it, and then suddenly, even if there's loads of quantity on the Steam market, it'll gradually go down and down and down, and the price will gradually go up and up and up. For example, a great example, let's go look at the Toxic Locker. How did that progress? Because initially, when it came out, it didn't budge that much. So let's just get the context here. This sold for $2 in the Rust store, and we scroll down and we can see the history. And you can immediately see something, can't you? Now let's also add another bit of context behind this. This came out just before the offline TV era. Basically, it came out just before Christmas 2020, early 2021. So we'll just go to here. So it was very steady. It was very steady as it came out, and it gradually went down to as cheap as about $2. So it came out to probably around $2.50 on the Steam market, but then it gradually went a bit down. But as we approached December and we approached post-Christmas, it actually shot up. And for the beginning of January 2021, it actually went up to about $3. But this is the time when offline TV really kicked off with the Rust content on Twitch. And this actually went up and up and up. And towards the end of January, it tripled in price from here to here. Insanity. Well, actually, technically, it went up from quadruple the price from here to here. But on average price, it was triple the price. It took time for us to get to this point. It took time. And quite a lot of people are impatient, aren't they? So what we're probably going to see is, in the short term, Outer Planets Locker might be probably bottlenecked to around $2 for at least, I don't know, let's say a good few months, because right now we are in a market depression, a market dip. Also, thank you for the subscription. Much appreciated. So, if you're looking at this thinking, oh yeah, easy money. No, it's not going to happen. Not immediately. This is more a case of a long-term investment. We understand the context where there's a very good chance we're not going to be seeing any more locker skins for a long time. That's understandable. But is that reliable enough to jump in and buy them? We shall see. But we also have time. We don't need to buy them immediately the very second they appear. Why not play it smarter and wait until Wednesday? Why not wait until Thursday? In fact, these are abnormal. This is an abnormal skin. It will become marketable earlier than the Rust rotation. So, we can use that time to our advantage. We can see how the buy order build up is, and then we can consider, maybe I should buy some from the Rust store then. Or, maybe you just want to do a very aggressive buy order. Maybe, why not just go for about, I don't know, $1.70 instead of buying them for $2? There's a very good chance that in the future, you will be buying them, potentially. But, you know, it's best to wait until Wednesday or Thursday, get a good idea of how many sales there are likely going to be. Once we know how many are in circulation, then you can give yourself a much better decision. You can figure out with yourself and your money situation. Maybe I should buy some, or maybe I shouldn't buy some. And people keep subbing me, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. First of all, K-Dub from the boot, thank you very much. And Grishki, thank you very much. So I hope you understand. Like, we don't have to rush this. Let's take our time, see how it pans out, then we make a decision, right? All good? Alright. Graffiti drop storage. Now, I have the context. I was telling you that this actually got pushed ahead. So initially, with this lineup that we can see in the workshop, Lottie was actually intending to... oh, come on, you don't need to keep throwing money at me. I'm trying to talk. Right. So, composure. Initially, Mr. Lottie, he wanted to have the armour box come out as the 9th drop. But when we look at the this list, so initially the list did have it that drop box was going to be later on. But if we look at all the comments, well, on the 8th page specifically, Lottie outright says it here. We can pull the drop box forward a bit because too many people are requesting it. Okay, yeah. So actual genuine demand pushed this to get made faster. To be made and pushed onto the Rust Storm faster. After 24 hours, over 12,000 purchases were made for this. After 2 days, we're at 16,500. How many do you reckon we're going to see by next Thursday? I reckon we're going to see similar numbers to potentially... I think the safest bet is going to be 25,000, much like the gun storage. There are 4 storages that I fully expect to have the most demand, the most genuine demand. Gun storage, which we already had, and I've already spoken about in the past. I knew that was going to do well, because I saw the context with the scientific storages and the neon storages. I knew, with genuine demand, they've kept their price high. So, you know, they keep getting it bought out, their price keeps staying at a stable price, at a high price. Understandable? I've also seen this with Dropbox. The only awkward thing is there wasn't a Dropbox for scientific storage, but Neon Dropbox is one of the most expensive boxes in that set. I can work with that. And with actual genuine demand, and with the amount of sales that we've seen in only 2 days, I'm pretty sure this is looking very strong. To give even more context, there's a lot of context. Recently, we've been seeing a ton of buyouts with these graffiti storages recently. Except stone storage. Nobody loves stone storage. It's the unloved child. So, recently we saw... Oh, glitched out. Come on, you can do it. Good job. Lots of people were manipulating the wood storage. Lots of people, as of yesterday, started to manipulate the gun storage. So, for the past week, wood storage had like less than 30 quantity. Someone just kept buying them and buying them and buying them. A good week ago, this was sitting here at around $3. Now it's selling for $5.57. What I'm led to believe is someone's just come along, noticed that the wood storage, which you can see here, had the least amount of sales from the initial batch. So these had an average around 24,000, but wood just had barely over 22,000. Someone saw that vulnerability, they jumped in, they bought out all the stock from the Steam market, and yeah, it just kept rising and rising and rising and rising. And bear in mind, this is just 1 week, and it's going... So it's doubled in price, and it's definitely a case of manipulation. Someone just did buyout manipulation. It's very straightforward. Buy out all the stock, wait until you can sell them, then start throwing them on the Steam market. You could say straightforward it's a pump and dump. Yeah, you could. So all that you see here is about half the quantity from what you see here. Well, technically it's more than half the quantity. So yeah, they've literally just pumped it because they could. If you're rich, you can do whatever you want. You could get banned for it though. There's been things like that have happened in CSGO on the Steam market, and people got banned. What was it? The 1G graffiti, the orange 1G graffiti. Go look it up. There's some stories behind that. A lot of people got banned. Anyway, gun storage as of yesterday. During all of yesterday, over 200 of these were bought. I'm seeing the same thing starting to happen here. People have been, yeah, you can see it right there. Simple buyout. Bam. Everybody's been buying out all the stock. And sometime next week, we're probably going to see the price probably selling for around $5 as well, with maybe 100 quantity like the wood storage had. So, just to give you a bit of context there, I am seeing lots and lots of people now throwing their money down, grabbing all of these graffiti storages. Yes, I'm pretty sure some of you are talking about the component storage, which only recently just became marketable. Same thing is happening here. People are grabbing all the quantity and they're trying to make it look more valuable than what it actually is. But with so many people gaining interest in this whole set, it's working for them. So graffiti storages, they're having fun. Well, people who invested in them are having fun. I went on a bit of a ramble there, but just know this is going to be doing very, 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 very nicely. And people keep throwing pennies at me. Thank you very much again. I appreciate that a lot. Right, okay. Let's have a quick pause. Now we can move on to the next thing. So, right then, so, had to take a quick pause there. Black gold pants and hoodie. Oh my god, you waited for that! Black gold pants and hoodie. These are looking very nice. After 2 days, we have over 13,000 sales each. As I said, these are interchangeable with Blackout and Dragon Rage. It all comes down to what is your personal preference? What is your personal style? Some people like the big dragon design on the hoodies for Dragon Rage. Some people like the absolute sleek, unseen sort of Blackout design that we have. It's not a design, it's just black. So, but black gold pants and hoodie, they are a perfect in between. It's the Blackout, but with just gold trimming. And we will show that off to you in-game. But how well has it actually affected Blackout, and has it actually affected the Dragon Rage? Let's go take a real quick look. So this doesn't actually exist just yet, but I'm going to search. Well, Blackout pants and hoodie are right there. So we can see on their history as of recent. So show me the past few days, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not seeing much of a change. What I have seen recently, though, is a lot of Blackout and Dragon Rage appearing randomly on the front page over the past day. It's going back and forth, back and forth. I don't think I've seen, like, any sort of bad things for them, as you can see here. And if we go down here, yes, it's gone down a little bit here, but that was on July... Oh, no, that was the 7th. But then it kind of recovered. Let's just point out... Ever since the end of April, beginning of May, we've been going through bad times. So, what I'm led to believe is we're probably not going to see any sort of crash or anything for the Dragon Rage or the Blackout, because we're already crashing. You know, we can't go lower. But yeah, let's just go get Dragon Rage just in case. Come on. Hoodie, pants. I think they've gone down a little bit. But then again, would it be down to the black gold, or would it be down to the fact that we're still in a bit of a market crash? The summer sale has ended. I'll be honest with you, not seeing much of a change. Yeah, I'm not seeing that much of a change. So I don't think black gold has badly affected this, or it's at a point where it's probably not going to go that much lower. So no need to worry about that then. What we do need to worry about though is how good does it look. We will look at that in a minute. Aftermath Garage Door. This is doing surprisingly well. In fact, I'm quite shocked to see this doing better than the glow-in-the-dark tools. It's been brought to my attention, right? This doesn't look like it folds, which is against the rules, or rather, it's against the, what's the wording? There's like, what's it? Face Punch would prefer that all garage doors look like they actually fold up. This does not at all. We will see that in game. It goes against their not enforced rules, but their preference. So this is the first time something like this has come out, I'm led to believe. We shall see that in game. It's doing very well. Is it because of that? I don't know. Maybe people just don't care too much about tools. It's a bit confusing. But we'll now talk about the tools. And we've talked about how at night you can be seen when you run around with these. But for a new person, running around with glow-in-the-dark tools, it's like, oh, moths to a flame. They're going to jump straight for that. They are going to be wanting these. But out of everything we have, what already glows for the hatchets and the pickaxes? Well, we do have Night Farmer. I can't remember how much this glows. I don't believe it's that much. But what I am well aware of, though, is Amber. And Amber tools, they only sold just under 13,000. I'm pretty sure the blacksmith tools are definitely going to match that. I'm thinking they're going way beyond that. But I wanted to point this out. I'm not sure if I did last time. Before we had the market crash, the Amber tools were selling very nicely. So at one point, towards the end of April, these were selling for around $6 a piece. Same as the pickaxe. They are still doing perfectly fine. They are still selling for a higher price than what they sold for in the Rust store. I am led to believe these blacksmith tools, I'm thinking they're going to be alright. Maybe not the biggest, I hate to say the word, stonking investment. But as time goes on, they would be reliable. If you desperately needed to cash out some money, maybe you can sell them whenever. Even during a market crash, those Amber tools are selling very nicely. These are as bright as the Amber tools. I also had the theory that is it easier for you to chop wood and mine rocks and whatnot with these at night? We'll look at that. We'll go through that when we do the proper showcase. And now we move on to the AK skin. So this doesn't glow in the dark. There was two versions of this: glow in the dark, not glow in the dark. They picked not glow in the dark. Okay, not too bad. It had a very nice glowing lava trail all around it. Very nice. But we don't have that. Would it have helped? Probably. I mean, it would have helped probably it getting more sales. That's true. But as an investment, what are we going to think? I'm immediately going to say no. No. We go through this with every single AK skin. We've done this many times in 2022. All I have to do is just quickly open this up, go by newest, and we have a look at all of the newest AK-47 skins. Do you see any positivity there? Do you see any good investment throughout all of 2022 with an AK skin? No. On average, they go down by at least about 40%. I mean, every single 2022 skin from here to here has gone down. What it is we get a new AK-47 skin pretty much every other week. We are oversaturated with AK-47 skins. Every now and then, one might do well, but we are flooded with bad ones in terms of bad investment, loses price, goes down. It's not very good, and in this current market crash, we're not doing any better. So, if you're going to sit there and say, oh, should I buy the AK? I will just sit here and say, you could probably buy that in about 2 weeks for about $1.20, maybe $1.50. It wouldn't even be that hard. If you desperately want it, you could just buy it on a buy order. I am sorry to say, but I've seen this happen so many times in the past. I just know how it's going to be. And then we got the military python. How have python skins done recently? We talked about this quite recently, didn't we? We had a noir python. Noir. And, yeah. Oh, no, we also had the black gold python. Black gold python actually did quite well. I'm happy with that. Maybe it's a case of there wasn't too many purchases that happened. How long has it been since this one came out? About 2 weeks. So that's a perfect time to look. And there's only 24 on the market. Maybe it's down to the fact that hardly any of these were bought. That's good. But, you know, that had a filter. It was selling for $4. A lot of people just didn't want to buy it, probably. It cost too much. Didn't want to invest in it. Well, worked out all right for it. It's not being flooded on the Steam market. All good. But for every other regular Python skin, ooh, it's not good. It's not looking good at all, is it? And if you're going to say, and I've noticed this, Military Python has a very faint green aim sight to help you with your aiming. Well, the shards had a very blatant green bit to help you with your aiming, and that still went down bad. But then again, this came out during when everything was bad. This came out during the depression, the market crash. It's awkward, but this is looking to be pretty low in purchases. This is only sold just over 3,000 sales in 2 days. By the end of the week, by the next Rust rotation, I'd be surprised if we reach 7,000. That's my current outlook. So yeah, that is all of the skins with me talking with some context. I'm not surprised that so many have been bought this quickly. It was expected. Before, a week or two ago, I expected that we were going to probably have a big batch. Unfortunately, this isn't big batch, but I expected very good skins to be picked for White Day week. Because right now, this is the day when the most people out of all of the month would be playing Rust. More people jumping into the game, more people are going to notice these skins, and it's very likely more of these skins will be sold maximum profits. Simple. Smart thinking, Face Punch. Now, can I just quickly jump back to these black gold hoodie and pants? I forgot to mention this. In the workshop, I can't remember which one, someone went straight to the author, the creator, Mr. Trip, or Bad T Rip, as I like to call him. He was asked, what are you going to make next? He says he's probably going to make high quality armor next. We know on the horizon, Black Gold is likely going to be getting some armor being added soon. Very likely this next Monday. So this next Monday, keep an eye out on the workshop. I mean, I'll be streaming it. Every Monday I like to put an effort into stream, and we look at all of the skins that appear in the workshop. If we go over here, if I go to workshop, Rust, because the new set of skins have to be put in by Monday, or rather Monday to Tuesday midnight PST time. That's the deadline. So yes, all of these potentially could be appearing soon, and we will be looking at some of them in our showcase. So let's get on to that now. Let's take a quick skip and then we'll be there. Alright. So, we have the Pixel AK-47 to share, the Military Python, the Graffiti Dropbox, the Outer Planets Locker, the Aftermath Garage Door, Blacksmiths, oh god, my head, Blacksmiths Tool Set, I've just had a follow, thank you very much, and the Black Gold Hoodie and Pants. You're running out of space in this, aren't you? It's going to be a struggle in the future.
You know, I combined the tools and the hoodie pants just for clarity, but you can always make the text smaller. We have more pixels left.
So, can everybody hear Mr. Micro perfectly fine? Mr. Micro? Can you hear him perfectly fine? Micro, sing a little.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening.
They can hear you.
Hello,
perfect.
world.
They can hear you. Right then. So, shall we get started? I want to talk about the garage door immediately, because you brought this up to me. Let's turn it to make it more daytime. All good. We can't really see properly, so we'll turn these on. This has no indents. It has no indication that it folds. I know this sounds really weird to talk about, but this is like one of their rules with the garage doors.
Yeah.
Is this something other people...
a stylistic guideline, maybe?
That's it, guidelines. That's probably the better way to put it.
It's been something that's been in writing now for a while, that they've always adhered to, and has been sort of a rule, I mean, if you will. Obviously they've decided that they like this garage door, which is a fantastically cool garage door.
I like the design of it, but yeah, it breaks the rules. Other people might break the rules now. Don't you get it? It's only going to get worse from here. That's it. Hide it. Hide it. Hide the shame. I just don't know why it's selling so well. Not to hate on it in that sort of way. It's just quite a surprise. Again, it's probably just because it's a very interesting design that fits the Rust theme, I guess you could say. A lot of people would probably complain that this doesn't fit in Rust, but I'm sure most people would appreciate that one, at the very least. It represents Rust nice enough. Right then, so what else do we have? Of course, the lockers. So, this is an older locker. We will explain why that's there in a minute. This is the current locker that we wanted to show. If we make it nighttime, wabam, wow. Look at that. So, it glows in the dark, very handy to have, very useful. It is something that can help you out. Is it raining? Micro, did you just make it rain?
I did not. You know, it does that in the desert. It was too cold before. Now I'm too hot, and yeah, it's raining even though you could see clear sky. The
Okay.
mysteries of rust.
Not very polished to start with, are we? But anyway, what I wanted to show you is if we go to no clip, you will see the struggles with dealing with this UV map. And can you see how it appears in behind as well? This is what happens with these lockers. Creators do not enjoy making locker skins. It's very awkward to deal with. They get frustrated with them. Now that is the outer planets. I know, sorry if that was very awkward to look at, but yeah. Do you get the idea? It faces both sides. If we were to look at the what is this one again? The heli camo, correct? Heli camo?
Cargo heli.
Cargo heli. Gah, right, my brain's on the fritz. This actually has like a laptop here that glows in the dark. If I make it nighttime again, there you go. Very cool. But it's trying to. Every time I make it dark, it rains. Right then, this actually appears behind it as well. That's not intended. It's very awkward, but he hid it. He put some extra stuff all behind it, so you wouldn't notice it. Okay. So that is the annoying issue that can happen with the lockers, but that is also potentially a positive. Because yes, this is starting to get oversaturated. Almost 20,000, well technically it is 20,000 sales already for this Outer Planets locker. It is now the top selling locker skin to have ever come out. So many in only 2 days. It's very likely going to be oversaturated. That could potentially be a problem. But with the struggles of having to make these locker skins, there is a very good chance we're not going to see another locker skin and maybe not until next year. You know, we didn't have a locker skin in all of 2021. It took almost 2 years for this one to finally appear. It's probably because Outer Planets as a deployable set has been very successful. Facepunch probably knew that people would definitely want to buy it. So if you're uncomfortable with the amount of sales so far, take that into context. There is a very good chance we're not going to be seeing any good locker skins being uploaded to the workshop anytime soon that are likely going to be added. I mean, with the Outer Planet success as of recent, maybe more people will be trying to push to make them. It could happen. We had a dilemma not too long ago with the armoured double doors, didn't we? They had hardly any skins available. All of the pre-existing armoured double doors came out that had already come out were very high in price. Well, lo and behold, earlier this year we had Outer Planets armoured double doors. They came out, and people were like, what might happen? Is this too many purchases? Because Outer Planets armoured double doors had way more than all the other ones. But what happened was, we didn't see any more armoured double door skins come out. So it flourished. It did very nicely. Why was I worried about that before, though? Because just before that, we had single armoured door skins, and we had a problem with that. Earlier this year, we had about 6 single armoured door skins appear consecutively within about 2 months. 2 to 3 months. It was weird. Throughout all of 2021, we only had about 5 armoured door skins, but then in just 2 or 3 months into 2022, we had 6, and they all came out. They all bottlenecked each other. And before, armoured door skins were a rare commodity. They were quite expensive. But with so many coming out all at the same time, they all became cheap. They all started to lose their value. And then even the cheaper but more expensive ones that originally came out some time back, they even went down. Go take a look. Single armoured doors, they suffered because far too many of them came out. We were oversaturated with options in such a short amount of time. That didn't happen with the armoured double door. And I'm hoping it won't happen with the locker skins. That's very odd to talk about without context. I will probably have to upload that Double Amador Dilemma VOD to YouTube at some point. You'll understand then. So yes, this should be fine. Oversaturated? Very likely. Will it suffer in the long term? Probably not. Will it suffer in the short term? Quite likely, yes. Oversaturated skins tend to always suffer in the short term. But in the long term, I can definitely see this doing very nicely. So remember, at night, looks very nice. During the mornings, it's trying to rain again. It is raining. Why? You set me up, Mr. Micro. You made me control the weather.
It's just a funny coincidence.
It is a very strange coincidence indeed. So yeah, and that's what it looks like during dusk or dawn, whatever it may be. What's it? Is it dawn? When it's?
I think that's dawn. Yeah, it's like 8 a.m.
Yes, it is. And now it's daytime. So, yep, I have good ambitions with that. I will be buying some, probably as a buy order first, of course. I'm going to take my time with it. If it does go over 30,000 sales, I'll probably just stick with a very strong buy order. And now we shall move over to the Dropbox. Mr. Micro, lots of people have been asking me, what is a Dropbox? What do you use with a Dropbox? Well, am I correct to say that this is usually the box that you'd have closest to the door, where people will quickly run in, drop all their rubbish, and then quickly run back out so they can go back to looting? Is that the idea? Mm-hmm. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
And this is, as I said, one of the 4 main boxes that I expect to sell the best out of all the possible gimmicked boxes for the graffiti set. Having seen the neon storages, I can see that Dropbox was one of the most popular ones, and it wasn't one of the earliest ones to come out. That's the thing. It was popular, and it was in demand, and it sold. It is the 3rd highest selling neon box currently at the moment. I believe it's $10, and it wasn't one of the earliest ones to come out. It came out later on. So I have high hopes of this. It looks good. At night, it looks like this. Very nice. Get a good walk around for that. Yep, at the back it looks cool. Nice colour scheme. Can't go wrong. And it is raining. I don't know what happened. We can control the weather now, apparently, even though there's not a single cloud in the sky. Well, they're over there. Right then, what else do we have? We press plus, and we have weapons. Glorious weapons, Mr. Micro. Come here, I shall shoot you. So you have the Pixel AK, I have the Python. But let's go stare at you. How about you go stand over there, and we'll get a nice shot of you as we stare. Hello, hello. So let's zoom in very nicely. Maybe give us a bit of a twirl. Here we are. Oh, you turned around just as I was trying to turn around you. So yeah, can you...
We need lights for this. Hold on, let me just turn the lights on.
Ah, so you want to make it nighttime. Ooh. So, and it is raining. It's a great day for rain. So initially... Oh, where were you going? No, you're making me confused now. No, micro, please stop. Initially, we did have the glow-in-the-dark version where all the lava would look very nice and glow-in-the-dark and whatnot. A lot of people don't really like glow-in-the-dark weapons. We pointed that out with the tools when I mentioned them earlier. There is the worry that people would be able to see you from a distance. It could potentially be a problem, but a lot of people just like cool designs. And this is certainly a very nicely made, well-made idea, obviously inspired by Minecraft. Unfortunately, not the glowing version. If it was the glowing version, I think this would get a whole lot more love. Even though a lot of the tryhards wouldn't want to touch it. A lot of the casual players, they'd love to use it. Very nicely, very creative design. I was trying to say, but as an investment, it's an AK skin. It wouldn't do well, unfortunately. I mean, everybody thought the Black Gold AK was going to be amazing, and now look at it. So, how about you pull out the pistol, sir? The Python. Where is that little thing? There we go. So, it's not super flashy. It's perfectly fine. I can't complain about it. But a lot of people prefer flashy, which is just the way it is sometimes. You've got to understand. Some people love skins for the what's the word? The reasons in game, like they want to be camouflaged, or they want to have help with their aim sights. We are aware that this does have a bit of a green tip. It helps. But some people like to show off. They might not have the skill, but they certainly want to be seen. They want to have the most expensive, flashy sort of kit. It's a strange contrast. Just think like some people might be very good at like CSGO, for instance. They have the skill to show themselves off. Well, so a lot of people don't. But you know what? They can buy a $1,000 skin and show that off instead. So we do see that in Rust every now and then, but not that much. So let's make it daytime. Go away, rain. And now I shall test this out myself. So as you can see, can you see that green tip? It shows up a whole lot better when I look at the brown hair. Has a bit of a helpful green tip for the aim sight. Let's get some shooting down. The shadows there are very weird. Oh wow, it's all odd. Right. So bang, bang. Very nice. Bang. Oh, perfect. So perfectly fine Python. Ow! Here we have the AK. Tools we'll talk about in a second. There's the old Python. AK has a bit of a blue tip. Helpful. In most backgrounds it would be helpful. But that's up to you. What if you're colourblind? Oof. Perfect. Right, Micro. I'm going to make it night time. Do you have the tools on you?
Yes, I do.
Please.
I actually have. Well, you know what I have is I have the amber and the night farmer tools. I have the blacksmith tools over here.
So these are.
If you want amber and night farmer, I put them in the box for you.
I want you to equip them and go and chop that tree over there, if you can, please.
Okay. I certainly can.
So this is the blacksmith's hatchet, and this is not the AK. This is the blacksmith's pickaxe, as you can see. Very nicely designed. Simply put, it has a glowing, steaming hot tip. So I can see Mr. Micro over there chopping away. Keep chopping, sir. Don't stop. Have fun whilst you chop. However, what happens if I make it night time? So if you're just walking along and you see that appearing over there, that you would notice that, wouldn't you? But then again, you'd hear him chopping as well, wouldn't you, as well? So, what if we went a bit further away? How much further away? Keep chopping, Micro. What if I go up really high? What if I go L and I go no clip? Are you chopping still?
I'm not hitting the tree. I'm swinging the hatchet, though.
You can't see it from a distance. If I get closer, then I can. So yeah, there is a...
At some point, the glow renders out.
Cool. So it's about here. So if you turn around and look at me over here, this is the distance. Right. Now, can you actually hit it, please? So I can hear you. So here's the point I want to get across. If you're worried about being seen at night, but you're chopping trees, people are going to hear you regardless. So, why worry? Why worry? Why not just get something you enjoy using? Why not get something that you feel helps you probably aim better at your trees? Yes, we see you have a lot of wood. You're very good at your job. So, if I hit this, wow, very nice. But what about at night time? Huh. Ooh. Well, I can orient myself a whole lot better. But you can't see the X still. What if I go over to this tree? More in the dark. Over here. So I can see myself a whole lot better. I can orient myself a lot nicer. The choice is yours. Maybe it won't be good for you, the more experienced player. But what about the casual player? What about the player that's only just started? I can't even see the thing. Might need a miner's hat for be able to get all the X's all the time. You just happened to be there, didn't you? Right. Of course, we also have the rocks to mine. So let's just quickly use this during daytime, and I shall turn it to nighttime as well. So very easy to use. Now we make it nighttime. Yep. So I can't see the sparkly light to hit at night. Is that meant to happen? Evidently so. So all good. Oh, no wonder I couldn't hit it. I had to get closer. There you go. So yeah.
You get the sparkle when I shine the light on it at nighttime?
Actually, okay, that's a good idea. Turn the light on. Yes. Ah. Right. Must be mechanic gameplay sort of option or choice that they wanted to put in. Fair play. But yeah. Do you think that this helps you keep yourself oriented? Do you see it as a positive or a negative to have a glow-in-the-dark tool? What do you reckon? Choice is yours.
Personally, I don't think it provides any value in terms of navigation or orientation. I think it's just a flashy and cool kind of skin.
And people like that. It's not for everyone. Personal taste. I can't hate on it. It's had over, what, 10,000 sales already in 2 days? I'm not surprised. Will it be alright as a future investment? Probably not immediately, not in the short term, but in the long term, I can see it doing rather well. We don't have many glow-in-the-dark tools. And when people want to look for them, well, there's not much options. Do you want to pull out the amber? Oh, you just did what I asked you to, so sweet. Sweet. There we are. Amber. Can we have a look at the hatchet, the blacksmith hatchet and the amber hatchet? I want to see how much they compare. Amber has glowing bottom, but blacksmith only has the top. Blacksmith has a little bit of a glow at the bottom. Yeah, amber is a whole lot more prominent. Maybe amber gets more love because of that. Most likely. But amber was like the first proper.
Get nice and up in there. Get it
come on, Micro. Alright, what about the pickaxe? Do you have the amber pickaxe on you, sir?
I didn't spawn those in.
That's fine. People, you probably get the idea. Right then, so we have...
Night Farmer.
You got Night Farmer? Oh, okay, that's a good one to bring up as well. So Night Farmer does glow very, very weirdly dull but bright at the same time. What would you call that type of brightness?
Yeah, it's sort of just a uniform glow, like the whole thing is glowing rather than having certain like portions of it or elements that glow.
Strange
like
design.
Neon stuff, they have emitters built into the design, you know, the neon tube. Or even on the drop box, they have little like fluorescent lamps here built into the edge of the box that's giving off that light. But this hatchet sort of just glows. So, and you know, with the blacksmith one, it makes sense.
Yeah.
When you get something hot, when you get anything hot, it glows according to the black body emission spectrum. And glowing red hot piece of metal is a perfect definition or example of that. So it does exactly what it would do with a hot object, and that's give off a glowing light. Why does the amber glow or the night farmer glow? I'm not really sure. It's just the design of the skin.
Do you know what?
It's kind of cool.
Do you know what? The type of glow that we see with that hatchet is the type of stuff we see with a lot of, I'm sorry to say, amateur doors that we see in the workshop, where the people who make them have no concept of strength of glow. 100%. Can I have this accepted now, please? That's why we have to curate our workshops, don't we? Right then,
it's not a badly done skin, you know. It has
no. I like the gimmick. It's Night Farmer. It's supposed to help you at night. I understand. It works. It's cool. Hasn't sold very well though, has it? Unfortunately. But you know, again, personal taste, preferences. Everybody's different. But at the moment, with the blacksmith tools, I'm seeing quite a lot of demand. Let's see how it turns out in the end. As an investment, short term, it's very likely going to struggle. We are in a market dip at the moment, market depression. When might that end? Hopefully when the Antwerp 2022 discount sale for CSGO finishes, that major. Did you just throw it at your... Oh no! Why did you destroy your thing? Oh. You worked so hard on that.
Does it glow when it's stuck into the wood? Never really thought about that.
Yes. Hope you're happy.
Interesting.
Alright, go get changed. Go make yourself look appealing for once, old man. We have some clothes to talk about. So, we are going to be discussing mixing and matching the blackout with the black gold and the dragon rage. Because I said, they are all black. They all have the usefulness of you can run around at night and not be seen, hopefully. But How nice and stylish do you want to be when you have it all on? We shall see. So, Mr. Micro, are you in position? No, he's not.
More or less. Yeah, here we go.
So, let's make it nighttime. So we get that nice setup. Give us a nice twirl in the rain. Come on. See.
You want me to put on any armor? Or
You probably don't want to put that sack on the floor.
Let me get rid of the sack. You know what? I'm gonna throw it.
Sir, can you please not? Can you please stop exposing your sack to the stream, to my video? Oh, but it's right there. You've put it right on the floor.
It was actually 2 sacks. I picked up one and not the other.
Right.
There we go.
As we can see, as we approach Mr. Micro, give us a bit of a twirl, sir. Very slow one. Yes. Very nicely trimmed all around on the hoodie. Yes. Now, how about we start adding some armour? So how does it look with blackout armour? And I was very, very surprised to see how well... Oh, I accidentally moved that too much. I was very, very surprised to see how well this blends in with the blackout armour. Have you got a chest plate? Is it showing up for you? There we go. How good does that match up with blackout? That looks wonderful. I can potentially see this getting used a whole lot more. I mean, we still need to see what the black gold armor is going to be, but blackout hoodie and pants, why not just get the better, cheaper version? It looks a lot more appealing to me. Yes, some people just want to be full black, just because. Fair play. But personally, I'm going to see many, many more people. And the gloves! Dragon Rage gloves just tops it off very, very nicely there. You have a great sense of mixing and matching, sir. But I want to see what it looks like when we add in some Dragon Rage. So how about we have the Dragon Rage armor with the black gold hoodie and pants? And again, some people do prefer this option. It's more gold. How could you say no to that? Right now, the black gold hoodie and pants is about 3 times cheaper than the hoodie, and about half the price of the pants. So for people trying to stick to a bit of a budget, you could be able to afford some of these things if you just dabbled in with the budget blackout of the black gold. So, Mr. Micro, you are definitely looking very, very nice there. But again, personal preferences, personal taste. Do you want to look like this, or do you want to have the version with the blackout? Can you think of a version, sir, with blackout and Dragon Rage? What do you reckon? Dragon Rage armor, blackout armor. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it'd probably be like blackout chest and head. Maybe the Dragon Rage kilt and gloves to spice it up a little bit.
Do you know what?
Not a huge fan of the boots. So
there is.
Actually, I use my own boots for that for most sets anyway.
There's a special bandana that came out in the workshop quite recently, isn't there? So how about you put on that blackout armor with the Dragon Rage gloves and he's run off.
No, I had to get it out of the locker.
Stage fright. Stage fright. Right. So put on the bandana. Yes. Now put on the face. No, you can't put on a face mask, can you? Got that wrong.
I could take off my gloves and put on my glasses.
Yeah, I got that wrong.
I can't wear the high qual.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I was stupid. But can you see many people would love to be putting stuff like this on? It looks very, very nice. It does
look pretty cool. Honestly,
he's just found his new setup.
Let's see how that looks with the wolf headdress. Because when you're wearing a bandana, you got to have some.
So let me just point out the bandana. It's in the workshop. Potentially in the future, it could be added. So we are going to start talking about things in the workshop now that we potentially could see being added in the future. But yes, Mr. Micro, you look very nice, and he disappeared. Now he's back. And he's in the dark. We can't see him because of blackout. Yes, that was well worth the $50 setup.
Right on the edge of the visibility cone.
Yeah.
For the lighting.
You do reflect a little bit, but at the end of the day, for a keen eye, people would still notice you. Like, come on. Right. How about we start showing off some more of these workshop skins? I'm pretty sure there's some more hoodie and pants that you want to show off. Am I correct?
I have a couple other thingies here to show.
So, you go get yourself sorted there, and I shall talk to the people. So, what do you reckon? Do you think black gold might be used a whole lot more? Would you like to mix and match? As I said, they're really interchangeable, aren't they? Why don't you go and figure it out? It's not like you can't go on some servers and be able to generate some skins yourself, can you? There are definitely some servers that do that, right? Where you can just freely generate any type of skin you want. Good servers? Yeah. So, surely you can figure out what you like. Do you want to be the type of the guy with the bandana? Do you want to be able to mix match with the black gold hoodie and pants and the blackout like we just showed? Or maybe with some Dragon Rage. The choice is yours. Are you nice and set up now, sir? Almost.
Yeah, I've got an inventory full of goodies here.
So, let's just quickly equip the things that are in contention, potentially to appear, maybe next week, maybe the week after. So, I shall grab some of these. I like these rocket launchers. So, Mr. Micro, here's a quick game. When was the last time we saw a rocket launcher skin being added to Rust? Don't get it wrong.
It has been a minute.
So, it's been since November 2021. It's been 8 months? 7 to 8 months. 7 to 8 months. It was November 11, the military rocket launcher. It has been that long since we had a rocket launcher skin. And in quite a short amount of time, we just had 3 very interesting rocket launcher skins being added. The banana rocket launcher. I really did think this looked quite similar to some things I've seen in TF2. Banana? I can't remember. Banana peeled, that's it. I've played TF2, so I know it's. The guy who created this hasn't played TF2, so don't worry, he hasn't stolen everything. It's all good. I like the design of it. What if I drop it? Let's drop it. Oh, I'm not holding it because of that. So if I drop it on the floor, looks like that. Very, very nice. Full of potassium. All good. Then we also have Millhouse. He has a tempered. You're going to shoot one off in a minute, are you? Oh, God. Give me a warning before you shoot one. Right? So, this is the tempered rocket launcher. Looking very nice. If I were to do a bit of an O and do a nice zoom. Oh, too quickly. How about we make it slow? So, again with the usual nice design. Purpley, yellowy, red. We like it, we like it. Will it get added though? That's the problem. We have been waiting a very, very long time for a nice rocket launcher skin to be added. Okay, how about you equip the banana? And yep, same. Looking very, very nice there, sir. He turns around at the awkwardest of times. Thank you. Don't look down the hole. How about the cigar? The cigar launcher. So,
The cigar one is funny.
I like the cigar one. Very creative. Perfect. So what does it say on the side there? Real big puff. Perfect. I like it a lot. But what's your choice? What would you pick? We got 3 very interesting ones. One very creative, one from a very beloved set, and one's a banana. What are you gonna pick? All right, you can shoot one if you want, Mr. Micro. Where are you gonna shoot it at? Oh well. Take that, Sky. That's what you get for making it rain. Does it ever explode? Ah, there we go. Cool. Right, how about some clothing, sir? So do you have any more clothing in the workshop that we might want to show off? Oh, he's got a hammer.
I only have, I have a couple tools and a couple weapons and a set of hoodie and pants.
So, blacksmith's hammer. We actually saw this appear in the workshop before we even saw the tools, didn't we? Well, technically hammer is a tool, but
Yeah.
this came out about, 3 weeks ago? We saw it, I liked it, but it wasn't picked, unfortunately. But now that we've recently just had the blacksmith tools being added, the pickaxe and hatchet, who's to say we won't see the hammer in the near future? And we haven't had a hammer skin in about, 4 months? Oh, that's definitely going some time back, isn't it? It was like a toxic hammer, wasn't it? If I recall.
The last thing I remember is the fish hammer, but
No, toxic hammer.
I would guess that there's been one at least since then.
What I'm saying is this: we don't see many hammer skins anymore. I think we've had 2 in all of 2022. So, it does glow. You could quickly walk into the darkness and walk back. So, step into the darkness, Micro. Goodbye. And yes, you can see it. It actually flipped. Come into the light. That's really weird. Yeah, a little bit more back. Keep an eye.
Oh, wow!
Keep it. Walk back. Walk back. Walk back.
Backwards for different level of detail.
Yeah.
Versions.
Walk back. Walk back.
That's really interesting.
Micro, walk back.
I'm going. I want to put it in my
I just saw it
in the same angle.
Now walk forward, please, sir. Yeah. Okay, we just found a game-breaking glitch. We can't accept it. Sorry, goodbye.
You know, what's funny is I don't see that happening on mine.
I'm seeing it. Yeah.
I'm on graphics detail 6, object quality 200. I think yours is set to graphics level 4.
3.
That may be the difference. Be advised that changing that may
break the game.
Cause some chugging.
Yeah. Okay.
3. That may be related to graphics settings 3 and 4. Or maybe just 3.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah, wait. Let's see. Where does it happen? Like right on the edge of the light, like right here.
Yeah. Yeah. I just saw it flicker then, and now more. Yeah. Maybe it's distance.
It is. I'm pretty sure that it's. So the way these models work in the game are, when you get really close to an item, it gives you a very highly detailed visual version of it. But as you get further away, the game uses fewer polygons to draw that object. And in game engines, they call that LODs or LOD, level of detail. And so at a further distance away, they show you a different model for the object. They're showing you a physically different skin. And it's funny that they've got the orientation backwards, like the coordinates are reversed for the lower detail version. As you get further away and you're showing the lower quality version of the hammer, it actually flips in your hand. That's amazing.
Right, sir. Do you have a rock on you? Do you possess Mars?
I don't know what happened to my rock.
All right, come here. Come here.
I had one of those and I lost it.
Catch. Right. Go over there. I'll throw it to you. Right.
Okay. Hit me.
Ah, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Did that just skip up into the air?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Go find it. I thought you didn't notice. Okay, I didn't score there. I hit the post. Right, so this actually glows, doesn't it? So if we go here and we turn it to night, yes, it glows ever so slightly. So step into the darkness. Step into the darkness. Oh, it's kind of similar to Night Farmer. It does dampen its brightness a fair bit, so it's not as bad as Night Farmer, but it is a fair bit strange, isn't it? It's not trying to be super bright.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is it's Martian, right? This is not of earthly origin, so you can't expect it to behave like earthly terrestrial objects, I guess. Maybe that's the thing they're trying to get across there.
All right. Do you have any weapons or tools that you want to show off? I believe there's an MP5 and a nice pick.
I sure do. I'm going to show, just for the contrast, if you have a visual on the rock here, I'm going to swap it out for another glowing rock skin. This is the moon rock, and it has a similar kind of glow.
And it's bright like the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That came out.
This is actually a fun skin. I bought this from the store when it came out because I wanted to run around with a glowing rock.
See, the very second you pulled out the moon, you made it rain. It's affecting the weather and the water.
I can give you an admin command to turn it to clear skies.
We'll worry about that next time. It's become part of the gimmick.
It adds a nice atmosphere. I like the sound of the rain.
Right. So, how about
the feeling of the drops running down my shoulders and the back of my neck? Come on.
This looks like a very good album cover. Don't throw it at me. I don't want to have the moon thrown at me. How about we... oh, the river. The river looks very nice. Okay. How about we have a look at those tools that you got? You got a weapon and you got some tools.
All right, we'll start with one that's near and dear to my heart. This is the Shining salvaged ice pick. It's got sort of a holographic.
You moved just as I was looking at you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to get to the light.
No, you're moving away.
All right, I'll stand still. I don't know what you're circling. Okay.
Yeah, you keep showing your back to me. I'm trying to. It's like it's mine. I'm not showing you. Oh, it's mine. I made this good. There we go. Right. So
this is made by a friend of mine. I helped him do the screenshots for the workshop listing. It's a pretty cool skin, I think. He's got a couple in the series. So he's got the Shining AK, a couple of Shining versions of the Shining pickaxe, and there was a related sort of similar skin that he did for the LR. That's not it's not actually part of the collection, but it's got a similar color scheme to it.
Very, very cool.
So I don't know if you can see it from your angle very well, like the different color appearances that it has. That's why I was twirling around.
Yep, twirl it now. Twirl it now. It turns from like purpley to blue, depending on how you view it.
That's right.
Yes. Turn it a little bit more again. Left and right. Left and right. Okay, cool. Do you have a weapon to show? I believe we have a SAR. Indeed we do. No, we have a...
No, actually, you have the SAR. I only got one of those in for some reason.
Well, that's fine. I'll quickly look at myself. I do have the pick as well. Here is the pick. Very nice. Swing. Swing. Perfect. Now, when was the last time an ice pick skin was added? Here we go. So, unfortunately...
Quiz.
I mean, it took 2 years and we finally got a locker skin, so maybe we will see an ice pick skin being added soon. Yes. And people have just mentioned your MP5. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, the last time we had...
The last ice pick was 2018. January 2018.
Was it the Stinger?
It was.
Mm-hmm. Aha, there you go. Mr. Knowledge. If only he could remember everything properly. But yes, I remember when Stinger came out. I have a buy order on it. Of course I do. So I've bought that a few times for cheap, and I've sold it for quite a lot more. So yep, I do look forward to more ice picks being added in the near future. It's quite unlikely. 4 years now since the last one. Let's wait and see. So we have some other things to show off. I have a SAR, and here's the SAR. You picked this, didn't you, sir? Because you said you really liked the design, and I agreed.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool layout, a cool design.
So there's no actual help with the aim sight. That's fine. Not everybody wants super flashy colours and whatnot. They just want a very nicely designed SAR. How about I throw it over to you and I stare at it when I have it on plus, because I'm an idiot. So here you go. So you have that. I'll press so. I'll zoom around. I'll do it nice and slow. So there we go. Oh, now he's moving again.
Just getting in the light.
Yeah. Just there we go. Let's go back. Oh. So he's done a very good job there. And who made this SAR, good sir?
Be honest, I forget. I just thought it was a cool, like wolf kind of sculpt on the side.
What was its name again?
I've been into sculpted things lately. This is a guy called Anathen. He also did the Overgrown set. He had that Primordial Forge we saw, the furnace a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, he had some skins added quite recently. He's a smaller creator, we could say. He hasn't had many skins accepted.
Well, he's been doing it for a very long time. He's the creator of the Japanese Tanegashima.
I've mistaken him for someone else. Oops. But yes. Wasn't it Iron Wolf, the skin? Something like that? Looks very nice.
This particular skin?
Yes, what is its name?
Yeah, the Iron Wolf SAR. That's right.
Looks very nice. Right. I just realised there's some doors we forgot to walk through. Over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have this door right here. You picked this one as well, didn't you? And from what we can see, it's got some nice lighting in itself, because when we turn the lights off, ta-da! It shows off because it has lighting. It is a glow-in-the-dark door. What is its name, good sir? You don't remember, do you?
No, I don't. It's called the clan door.
The clan door. Very thematic for Rust. As you can see, the various designs of people with a riot helmet, a face mask, a coffee can. I like it. I think you picked out a very nice skin here. Good job. There's the moon. I possess
The moon just fell out of the sky.
Yes. All right. I'll throw it back up there. Right. So, how about we go check this door all the way over here? Let's go up to the second floor, if I can actually get up these stairs.
Yeah, this is the most awkward stair set 2022.
Yep. And right here, we have another glow-in-the-dark door, don't we? Very nicely designed. This is the antique black door with glowing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually linked with that recent furnace we just had. Am I correct?
That's right, yeah.
Very, very nicely sculpted, sir.
From an art perspective, I did a little like fly camera before, zoomed in on this little scene down below. It's like actually a really artistic and like well done sculpt that integrates the concepts of Rust. You know, the skins, and it's got the deer helmet, you know, the bone helmet, and all their tools and weapons they're carrying and their clothing are all from Rust. So that's pretty cool. And then he did a really nice like gilded fleur-de-lis, or you know, like intricate sort of I don't forget what you call that. There's a name for that style of carving, filigree, I think you call it. But yeah, really nice.
So we've got that all covered, and I believe we have an MP5 to look at. Shall we whip out the MP5s? Because now we're playing Borderlands, aren't we?
Yeah, this is a cool one.
And what is this called, sir?
Boy, you're asking me all these names like I should know them or something.
Well, people are going to ask. We should have wrote them all down. I mean,
I did actually. This is called the stylized MP5. I just had to get my list up.
So
stylized.
Very nice red aim sight help. Yeah, this is pretty much exactly like what you'd see from Borderlands. Very nice cell shading. I like it a lot. You picked out a very nice, good skin here. But recently, MP5 skins haven't fared very well, have they? They have lost their value. I don't believe they're being used as much anymore.
Some of them have taken quite a hurting.
Yes, they have. What might you think is the problem? Like, I was seeing that automatic weapons, if they're held down for too long now, they lose their recoil. Let's just get the O and zoom in here.
Yeah, that's actually part of the change from that combat update we saw a few weeks ago, where it's the way Helk described it was like a gradient. Although I'd prefer to call it more like a progressive aim cone. So the spread of the gun, it's not the recoil so much as just the randomness of the bullet trajectory gets more pronounced.
But here's the thing:
you hold it down, the more it sprays wildly.
Here's the thing: the MP5 has crashed, but the Thompson hasn't. The Thompson's actually held on. Thompson looks like it's become like when I'm talking in terms of skins, the MP5 skins have faltered and fallen very, very, very badly. But all of the Thompson skins, well, they've been doing very nicely. Like, I'm very confused by it. So you'd have to tell me. Are you seeing a lot less MP5s being used in game? Is the Thompson still perfectly fine? Has the Thompson become the sole second most used gun in Rust at the moment? You tell me, sir. What do you reckon?
Thompson is like the mini AK. A lot of guys use Thompson. It's easier to get than the MP5, and it's actually more effective in terms of damage. The MP5 does 35 damage per shot, and the Thompson does 38. And the Thompson has a slightly better range too.
So. Ooh, yes, I picked this one out, didn't I? The Thompson, the Noir Thompson. Right, so we did not have a Thompson skin for about 3 months, 12 weeks, for some strange reason. I don't know why that happened. We didn't have a Thompson skin for ages, and randomly we've got the Skull Killer. Skull Killer was totally fine, but there's some very interesting designs in the workshop that I expect to see. One of them being this Noir Thompson. As you can see, it's got like the outline of a detective for its artwork. Very nice. I like it a lot. And with the aim sight, it's got a nice bit of white compared to black. In most environments, that's going to help you out a bit. The white tip, the very tip of it, is more brighter. Looks like that just might be the lighting actually. So yeah, quite handy. Shooty. Thank you very much. And I run out of bullets. So, I believe we've gone through everything here in our set. Don't worry, I've got ammo.
I have one more AK here to show.
You also have some clothing to share. I think there's some more clothing that you might have had.
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
The hoodie pants set.
Pass me that AK and you get yourself nice and changed. Put that on the floor.
All right. Do you have? I think you have one of these. No.
What AK is this?
Oh, here. That is the Solar AK.
Oh, I have not seen this. I'm aware of the Solar set because we had the Solar MP5 and a Thompson at one point,
Python.
I believe. Python, yes. I don't think we had the Thompson. I think the Thompson wasn't accepted. It's been a while.
Yeah.
So yes, the Solar set. This is a collection that's been around since January, I believe. I remember using one of the skins for one of my videos. Well, by orders. So yeah, this is the Solar AK. It does not have any helpful what's the word I'm trying to say? Aim sight. It's black with no colour difference around it. I mean, it's slightly yellowy black, and then the black aim sight's pure black. So probably not that helpful, but it's there. I can't complain. The design of it, not too bad. And Mr. Micro is striking a pose. Hello, Mr. Micro. Why not put that beard on?
My beard. Where is my beard? I think I put it in the locker. I shaved, but here, using the power of rust magic. No. Remember one of those? Remember when I threw my sack on the ground before?
Yeah.
That was actually my beard.
Oh no.
Yeah, I ditched it in the hole.
Your clever joke won't work now. We were going to say you're old and overgrown, and now we can't do it anymore. Well, do a nice spin. So, yeah, this is... what set is it called again, sir?
I think it's called the Overgrown.
Yeah, exactly, because I called you old and overgrown. Duh. Yes, so not the most visually appealing set, but... I'm moving too much. Press I, and now I'll move slowly. So, yes. I like the creativity of it, but will that get accepted? Look, if we're going to potentially see low poly set being added, I can't say no to this, right? But, you know, I'm not Face Punch. Face Punch's decisions recently are a bit odd. Yeah. I wouldn't say no to it. It's just... it's not exactly super impressive, is it? But sometimes people are happy with that. Remember, not everyone wants to be super flashy. Not everybody wants to run around and rainbow pony. They want to have more simplistic, straight to the point sort of designs. A lot of people will complain that a lot of the skins now aren't in theme with what Rust is. It's awkward to say, but I can totally understand that in certain ways. You know, we don't want to have super duper glowing, flashing sort of Valorant style skins. And then we do make them and get them added and all that. Batteries not included. That's another one.
It's
there
funny,
you go.
They had those same guidelines like we talked about for the garage door looking like it should be able to roll up. They had the same guidelines when it came to deployables and clothing, and they just had a whole set of rules that sort of became less abided by over time,
well,
less obeyed.
The perfect one to say, and we can even look at the Dropbox with that. Originally, they said you're not allowed to have font on.
Yeah, there's a clarification I could make to that. It's got to be the way it was phrased was like English letters or any like characters like font is by itself is not allowed because it's non-regional. There's no way to get that translated to other languages, and Rust is played around the world. So because if the design has letters only, that's very unlikely to be accepted. But if the design in some way conveys what's meant to be in the box, like here it's showing it's a drop box, like it's got a picture of a drop box
I
on
was going to say it has a visual representation, doesn't it? But do you know what? Do you know what? Neon Storage didn't have any of that, did it?
it. Did no, Neon Storage has the icons. It's like it's subdued. It's like
Yeah, that you know what?
subtle.
I was a
They're all
bit
there.
I was a bit mean there. You are correct. At the top, it does have the thing. Like for this, I like the design of it because it looks like quickly made and has a. It is quite straight to the point for what it is, and it does show it all there. Like it's rough and intended. It's its style. I like it. It's what graffiti should be. We respect that. And then what did we recently have? We had scientific storage. That was a more simplistic and neater choice. But that, I remember what you said. These glow-in-the-dark box skins, it looks like they have lights on them to make them light up. Scientific storage 100% has that design of like lighting on the boxes, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So much more obvious for that
Same
one.
idea.
Yeah. So, when graffiti eventually ends, which will probably wrap up at around 15 total skins, maybe a little bit more, I wonder who's going to take the mantle for the next box set. What might we see next? Maybe the Return of Supply set. Yeah, it could be. I mean,
that would be a real shock to me.
Yeah.
There's new box sets getting submitted every week almost. I mean, actually, right now, pretty much everyone has gotten the picture. Artists that are doing this, they've understood that once there's a box set in progress, it's foolish to be posting boxes to the workshop. But
exactly.
Once you could tell the box sets are kind of running out of steam or getting to the end of like the really core stuff and it starts veering into a little more obscure boxes, like nothing wrong with cold weapon storage, but like that's really not a high priority when I'm putting boxes down. It's nice to have to stay organized, especially late game, but that's if you even keep any of those types of things around.
So
now that we have the spray can, you can respray your boxes like without picking them up, so you can actually change the skin. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the creators will start submitting new glowing series once this starts to tail off, I think.
So one thing I was going to point out is at some point in August we're probably going to see the end of graffiti, aren't we? We are getting close to it now, aren't we? Maybe it'll be all the way into September. It could be. Maybe they want to wrap it up just in time for Halloween, and then we get some very interesting Halloween box designs and whatnot. That could happen.
How many do we have now? 6 or 7?
6 box set designs.
No, it's like from the graffiti set.
Well, Armor's going to be number 10, isn't it? And we've only had 8 accepted because Scrap was unloved. They did not like Scrap for some reason. I don't know why. But then again, I don't think
it's impractical. If you have a whole box of Scrap, that's not a common situation.
Yeah, that was the you kind of informed me of that. Either it's going to be in the TC or it's being used. If you've got hordes of Scrap, what are you doing? Exactly. Perfect.
So this is the 8th.
Yes, this is the 8th one. Accepted. Technically, it's the 9th, but as we said, Scrap was never accepted for some reason. I don't honestly know why. Do you reckon it would have to bring it up one day and take a look at it? I think it looked ever so slightly different, and maybe Face Punch were just like, nah. But then again, you are right. Maybe it's a case of people just don't want a Scrap storage. Maybe it's just genuinely something Face Punch are well aware of, that they're like, you know what, we don't want anything that people are less likely to accept. Scientific storage definitely started to dabble in stuff like car parts and fuel storage and whatnot, which I liked. But yeah, right here, Scrap. It's not as bright, is it? Maybe that's the answer.
As the first box in the series, I think the design had a chance to evolve since it was created. Certainly the later ones I think look a lot better than the scrap box. Not that there's anything wrong with the scrap box necessarily, but they've had a chance to polish up that concept. But as the first box in the series, like scrap is just not the most in demand box. Like a box full of scrap is a rare circumstance. So.
One thing I've noticed is it has a lot less of an outline around the font. This has a very thin line. Dropbox has quite a fat line. Lottie, go back to scrap and make it more fatter, and then it might get accepted. I think it's probably understood now that scrap's probably not going to get accepted, and I don't think anybody's like demanding for it to be added. So, maybe it's something.
May come later.
Maybe
it may get revisited. He might produce a V2. Creators will often do a version 2 of an item.
We have seen that quite a lot recently.
Yeah, well, this garage door you're looking at is a version 2. There was another version of this before this one, and it was only actually a couple days earlier. But it had the same metal face mask in the middle, but instead of all of the different guns from the game, it had just rockets, and I think it was rockets and AKs going around.
I do prefer this version.
Yeah, this is cool. It didn't have these, what's the word? These, this little design, this circular design. It had more like a sunburst design in the background.
Yeah.
So.
Right then. So, I think we've done a very good job there of showing off everything that we intended. Can't think of anything else, can you?
Nope.
Nope.
Covers all of our skins for the week.
For the showcase, yes. So, Micro, if you can just sit... He's got a stinger. If you could just wait here for a bit, because there's one extra thing that we wanted to do, but that's going to be a separate thing, so we'll sort that in a minute. I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to go hide in here. I'm going to talk to chat for a little bit more. And then we'll do that next thing. But that's going to be a separate thing. So, that's the showcase of the skins. We'll go look at the... where are we going? Over here, maybe. There we are. Hello. So, in that chat that we've had, it's been an extra hour. Have more skins been bought? Yeah, no. It doesn't look like it. I don't think SCMM updates that quick. It's not made by me. I don't know. So, alright, you can throw more pennies at me if you really want to. Typical. So, what's your outlook? What do you expect? I hope I've kind of given you a lot of context with each of these things, each of these skins. In the future, Black Gold is expecting armor, and as we know, with the core pieces of armor and clothing, every core piece, every one that starts, when more core pieces are added, they always spike up. All the pre-existing ones spike up in price. Thank you, Crimsy. I appreciate you a lot. And he's just going to keep doing that for the next 5 minutes. Great. Okay, let's just kind of power through this. So what I'm saying is the core pieces are for clothing it's hoodie and pants. Tier 3, which is face mask and chest plate, and Tier 2, which is coffee can, vest, and kilt. But the main absolute best full kit would be face mask, chest plate, kilt, and hoodie and pants. Alright? So, when we see either Tier 3 or Tier 2 being added to the next rush store, thank you very much, Crimsy. When we see those things being added to the rush store, these two should spike up in price. And if you need to see a very good similar visual, well, why don't you go and look at the Dragon Rage. When did Dragon Rage first start? I believe it is... I only need to find one of them, don't I? Just find one. There you go. So Dragon Rage started probably March time. So Dragon Rage started with the hoodie and the pants. We are in a very similar situation right now, aren't we? Started off with the hoodie and pants. We're expecting the Tier 3, and then we're expecting the Tier 2 at a later date. What you want to do is quickly go here. When did the Tier 3 come out for the Dragon Rage? Came out on the 28th of March. So scroll down, look at the history. You know, we're building some context here. We're seeing what could potentially happen. So the hoodie and the pants for Dragon Rage actually sold at $249 and $199. For some reason, they're priced at they were at different prices. I don't know. Facepunch was doing something weird. But from what you can see right here, the 28th, people would have noticed in the workshop that it appeared. But most of the... thank you, Crimsy. Much appreciated. Most of the purchases didn't happen until the actual Rust Ore rotation. That happened on... what date? March 31st. So March 31st, the Tier 3 was added. And Dragon Rage Hoodie went from about $4, shot up to about... oh, buddy. about $10. Okay, so that went up real high. And then at a later date, we also got the Tier 2 being added. So that shot up and went up to about $15, $16 during the beginning of May. Very, very nice. So if we go to the beginning of May, wouldn't you believe it? Not that. It would have been here. Yes. So towards the end of May, it really, 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 really picked up. And yeah, just kept going higher and higher and higher. I believe this was a bit of a buyout. Not great timing, though, because that's the very beginning of when the market crash started to happen. Antwerp 2022 began around here. Everybody started to sell their skins, put towards those CSGO capsules, the major capsules with all the new stickers. And then eventually the Antwerp discount sale happened. It's still going on. It's been 5 weeks plus. Soon that will end. And in theory, what I'm led to believe is when that sale ends and people start... well, people will be buying them and people, of course, will be selling them. But people will be jumping in. There'll be a spike in price for those capsules. People, much more richer people, will be buying out all of the stocks that are available. And those people who probably sold their Rust skins most likely would have would happily take those profits that they got from the capsules and then put back into Rust. They probably go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And we need to understand and prepare for this in the future, because in October, November time, we have another CSGO major happening. CSGO Major Brazil, ESL, whatever. You get the idea. There's another major coming. So we know that even if things start to improve, when we hit that date, it's going to go bad again. Loads of money is going to be pumped towards back into CSGO. We have to be prepared. Now that you're aware of it, you'd know what to possibly do. Like, maybe you want to stop purchasing as much, or maybe you don't want to do too many buy orders. Maybe you feel the need to sell more before it all happens. You get the idea. With more knowledge, you are more aware of the possible bad things that can happen. Okay. So, we are expecting a spike up in price for Black Gold, much like how Dragon Rage Hoodie and Pants did. Up and up, and then eventually went down, because major. So, what are you going to be buying, huh? What are you going to be putting your money towards? Personally, I might buy some of these. I'm debating, but I'm aware that most of these skins are abnormal. The only skin that isn't abnormal is the Python. Now, if you don't fully understand what an abnormal skin is, you really need to go to my YouTube and you need to watch my video explaining abnormal skins and Rust Ore rotations. It's 20 minutes long, but it explains everything. And once you've watched that, come back to now, because I'm going to sit here and say that with abnormal skins, we can use that extra time to our advantage. Abnormal skins become marketable at an earlier time, before the Rust Ore rotation, and because of that, we can put down a very strong buy order, wait it out a little bit, and then we can see how the buy order build up is after about 12 to 16 hours. It's not until about, on average at the moment, it's about 8 o'clock in the evening, my time. So right now it's what, 10 o'clock? Yeah, it's quite late now. But usually we see the Rust Ore rotation happen about around 8 o'clock UK time at the moment. You'll have maybe around 16, 17 hours to sit there and consider, maybe it would hurt to buy some for the Rust Ore. Use that time to your advantage. We've been doing that recently with graffiti storages. Not too long ago, I actually went ahead... oh no, go away, not you. Not too long ago, I actually went and bought some gun storages. Because I waited... I looked at how big the buy order build up was for the gun storages, and I felt very confident to just go ahead and buy 30 of them. Lo and behold, they've gone up by about 50% at the moment. there you go. You know, it's not too hard to just be patient. You don't need to buy anything immediately. Wait till Wednesday or Thursday. See how many total sales there are. And then, you know, consider. Maybe you want to do a buy order. Maybe you want to do a purchase. And as I said, you can do a very strong buy order and then wait it out and then make a purchase. There's a lot of things you can do, and there's many ways in which you can be super safe. So, what do you want? I am looking very positively. In the long term, this 100%, I don't think we're going to be getting any locker skins anytime soon. Yes, even if it is oversaturated, I as a guy that can hold on to skins and wait until Christmas time, this will still go up in price for post Christmas. We've gone all through that. I've done a very long video explaining all that. Now this, because it had so much actual genuine demand that it got pushed ahead of the queue. I honestly think this is going to do very well. It might sell for the highest amount in total sales compared to all of the other storages, but people genuinely wanted this. It is one of the 4 main boxes I expected to do the best. Dropbox, guns, armour, clothing. Those are the ones I usually expect to do the best. Those are the ones I was anticipating to be doing the best. And with the amount that I've sold so far, you can definitely see the demand is there. Guns sold over 25,000. I wouldn't be surprised if this matches up to that. And also maintains its strong investment and goes up in price. We've already talked before in the past why stone storage is unloved. Most unloved resource. I mean, stone's only really good for you at the very beginning of setting up your base. After that, when you've upgraded to metal, what do you need stone for anymore? I mean, you could make walls, but not everybody really cares for walls. It's up to you. The choice is yours. So, yeah. Things are looking very nice. Loads of purchases, as expected. Go forth and start thinking. And if you want, I do stream. I stream every Wednesday night for abnormal buy orders. You could just I probably have a link in the description or something where you'll be able to see my my Twitch. So just click that. I pretty much stream every single day as well. I need help. But yeah, I'm always talking about skins, always, because I'm crazy. But it's successful for me. I must have, across a few accounts now, I don't know, maybe 20, 30,000 skins. I'm waiting for Christmas, and I'm going to sell them all, and I'm going to make great profits, because I know how this all works. I've seen it all happening for about 5 to 6 years now. Okay, thank you.